Coming up on Mountain News this morning, a delay in construction has pushed road work back more than a month for I-75. And soon enough, the Commonwealth can expect a moonshine trail to begin showcasing Eastern Kentucky distilleries.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning, I'm Olivia Calfee. The time is 6 o'clock on September 27th. Now let's check in with Chief Forecaster Brandon Robinson for a look at your forecast this morning. And Brandon, we talked about this at the top of the 5 o'clock, but I'm just amazed that it's September 27th. I know you said that it's Saturday. That's the last day of September.
Yep.
That's just mind-blowing.
It's like the Green Day song, "Wake Me Up When September Ends."
Well, it's almost over.
I start saying it'll be here before you know it. So wake up. All right, so the forecast this morning, as we head through today, we got a couple of issues we're going to be dealing with. Showers and storms out there to our west and to our north this morning. So far, so good for us, but you see those in the west are trying to approach our western county. So keep your rain gear handy if you're out that way this morning. Temperatures generally in the 50s and 60s, 52 Clintwood, 64. Actually, just Monticello now. Even Harlan's down to 63. So other than Monticello, 63 in Moorhead, Harlan, and Somerset, the warm spots out there this morning. That's several degrees warmer in many areas. I think the winner on this one is Jonesville and Monticello at 7 and 9 degrees warmer respectively, but everybody a little bit warmer this morning except for Logan. They're a couple of degrees cooler. Temperatures will stay on the cooler side today. Now again, this is not an all-day washout rain. Let me stress that. So it's not going to pour the rain all day long, but you could have some heavy rain at times as scattered showers and storms work their way across the region. You could also see some sunshine time, so I'm not going to count that out as well. Olivia?
Brandon, thank you. A death investigation has begun after a body was found near a park in Harlan County. It happened on Dressen Lane near the Blue Quartz Apartments Tuesday morning. The Harlan County Coroner's Office was contacted by Harlan Dispatch about the body of a 45-year-old man. Officials say foul play is not expected. Officials are not releasing the name of the man until his family members have been notified. A final service for a former Kentucky governor was held yesterday. Business leaders, politicians, and those in the horse business joined friends and family to say goodbye to Brereton Jones. Jones died last week following a long illness at the age of 84. Jones served as governor from 1991 to 1995, but made a name both for himself and the state as a whole in pushing the racehorse industry, both in the Commonwealth and beyond its borders.
Just a wonderful, wonderful man, and I think he was one of our best governors that we ever had. He was always straight down the line.
People say along with successive terms, Jones made strides in health care and various reforms still benefiting the state today. Key issues are coming to light ahead of Kentucky's legislative session. It starts in just over 3 months. Lawmakers are expected to address tax changes. They passed a bill this year to steadily decrease Kentucky's state income tax if certain conditions were met. Education funding discrepancies between rich and poor districts could also be a hot topic. Lawmakers will have 60 working days during the session starting January 2nd. A project to rehab I-75 in Fayette County has hit a bump in the road. The Kentucky Transportation Cabinet says the end date has been pushed back over a month. It's been going on since early summer, and it comes while several other projects are also affecting travel in the Lexington metro area. Jeremy Toms caught up with KYTC officials to discuss the delay.
In July, KYTC began to resurface a stretch of I-75 from the Clays Ferry Bridge to the Man of War exit.
We have to make sure it's maintained properly. We can't let the roads deteriorate to the point where you can't travel on them.
Other ongoing projects include widening the interstate between the Paris Pike and Newtown Pike exits, and similar rehabbing efforts in Scott County on I-75 and Clark County on I-64.
Warm weather does bring, of course, the time period for heavy construction.
But as the warm weather fades, the construction won't. KYTC says completion of the resurfacing in Lexington has been delayed by 6 weeks. Its spokesperson Natasha Lacey claims it's not a delay.
The project is on schedule, but there was a decision made to change the type of asphalt mix that we're going to use.
Lacey says their materials department sent out a memo saying that some active projects could change their mix design. That memo was sent out in the spring. But now, travelers will continue to get caught in the ongoing lane closures through November, leading to slowdowns and stoppages. Lacey says this new mix should be worth the wait.
And we want to have something that's long-lasting and durable so that we don't have to repeat this process except for, ever so many years.
But until then,
please try to have patience and plan your commute or your destination for travel ahead of time.
In Lexington, Jeremy Thomas, WKYT.
Lacey says it took time for contractors to get a new design approved for this project, which is why the completion date has been delayed. She says several more steps also need to be finished, such as marking the pavement, installing guardrails, and cleaning drainage structures. Elliott County Middle School cut the ribbon on their brand new outdoor recreation and event space. Governor Andy Beshear's senior advisor and Elliott County native Rocky Adkins was there. The administration was able to support the project with more than $35,000 in funding. The 3,600 square foot facility will be used for things like school dances, band performances, and more.
Anytime we can help children, anytime we can add more attractions for students and faculty and staff is utmost importance.
Adkins also presented a check for more than $2 million to help the county with infrastructure projects like road resurfacing, cybersecurity, and sewer service improvements at the Little Sandy Hook Correctional Facility. Yesterday, Alice Lloyd College hosted a convocation celebrating their 100th year as a school. Current and former administrators took the stage with many students watching in the crowd. President Jim Stepp and former President Jerry Davis said their history is more than worthy of a celebration.
We've been observing this 100th year through the course of the year in various ways. We did want to have a couple of special events. One was here with the entire student body.
Well, if you study its history, you'll see that it's remarkable that it's here at all. Alice Lloyd and Jim Buchanan both wound up in eastern Kentucky, and they were very service-oriented people.
The school is planning a community-wide celebration on October 7th, which will be their Appalachia Days homecoming. The Bourbon Trail has been a success for Kentucky tourism, bringing folks from all around for a taste of Kentucky's specialty. Now, as WIMT's Buddy Forbes shares, some distilleries are trailing off with a different taste.
So Eastern Kentucky is kind of known for their moonshine, legally and illegally.
The story of Kentucky's past, paving the way to its progress.
They had made moonshine, and a lot of it was for aches and pains, and a lot of it was to put food on the table.
From backyard bootlegging to businesses booming.
It's all fused together. It's all, they brought it to us, and we just made it better.
The Moonshine Trail is on a mission to let Kentucky distilleries shine, a project spearheaded by Pikeville Tourism, touching businesses from central to eastern Kentucky.
We live in such a beautiful state with such rich culture and awesome heritage, so being able to use this money to not only help Pikeville but the surrounding areas as well means a lot to me, and I know other people as well.
Governor Andy Beshear recently handed tourism officials a check for $60,000 to help market the makers who are putting their areas on the map.
It's giving small distilleries and family businesses like us a ways to advertise in a bigger perspective.
With another $250,000 expected for national marketing next year, those involved hope to work with the different distilleries to capitalize on the history of rum running by bringing in visitors to see how the region is growing.
It makes me feel proud. The people that live in this neighborhood and this area are some of the hardest working people I've ever met.
Sipping through the state, one stop and still at a time. In Pike County, Buddy Forbes, WIMT Mountain News.
Poly Hollow CEO Josh Martin says a boost in tourism would be a game changer for his Belfry area business, as he hopes to grow his distillery and its offerings in the years to come.
6:09 coming up on 6:10 this morning. We're still watching a band of showers and storms trying to get its act together back out to the west, and we're looking a little closer. Basically, I believe that Lake Cumberland camera is close to Burnside there, so you see the rain in relation to that. I'm not exactly sure where it is, but that's kind of where Lake Cumberland is, so we're going to continue to kind of see that possibility there. So let's take a look and see if they're seeing anything. Not too much going on that camera there in Lake Cumberland, but again, we'll keep an eye on it, let you know what's going on as we get closer in. 61 Somerset, 65 now in Monticello, 60 London, 63 Williamsburg. Got a few little 50s out there, including 55 in Hazard, 52 in Clintwood, and 55 in Grundy, but a lot of upper 50s and low to mid 60s out there this morning. Breakfast forecast, again, not terrible, not too bad out there this morning, but again, I do think we'll see some spotty showers and storms and scattered showers and storms as we head deeper today. Some of those could pack a punch, including some heavy pockets of rain. Olivia?
Thank you, Brandon, and thanks for joining Mountain News this morning. More news is on the way. Coming up, we'll have more about how Republicans came together yesterday to advance 4 spending bills, but the U.S. may still be inching towards a shutdown.